To blend in than to stand up in front of a crowd and make a target of yourself. Psyche, Mother takes my arm, angling us towards Zeus's throne. I am going to introduce you to Zeus. I've met him before. Several times, in fact. We were introduced 10 years ago, when Mother took over as Demeter, and we've been attending the same parties ever since. Up until a few months ago, he was still Perseus, heir to the title Zeus. But I can tell he's nowhere near the predator his late father was, but that doesn't mean he's not a predator at all. He's grown up in the glittering viper's nest that is the upper city. You don't survive this long without being at least a little bit monster. Mother's hand tightens on my arm, and she lowers her voice. Well, you're going to meet him again, properly, tonight. We watch Zeus barely glance at Ganymede. It doesn't look like he's interested in meeting anyone. That's because he hasn't met you yet. I snort. I can't help it. I know my strengths. I am pretty, but I am no traffic-stopping beauty the way my sisters are. My true strength lies in my brain, and I highly doubt Zeus would appreciate that. Not to mention, I have no desire to be Hera. But then, it doesn't matter what I want, does it? Mother has plans upon plans, and I'm the best candidate of her remaining single daughters. For all my internal dramatics, I suppose there are worse fates than being one of the 13. As Hera, the only danger I'd truly face is from Zeus. At least this Zeus doesn't have a reputation for harming his partners. I manage a smile as my mother guides me through the crowd, toward the gaudy throne and the man occupying it. We're only a few feet behind Aphrodite and Ganymede when Zeus catches sight of us. He doesn't smile, but interest lights his blue eyes and he flicks his fingers at Aphrodite. That's enough. A mistake. Aphrodite turns toward us. Her gaze flicks over me, instantly dismissing me, before turning to my mother. Her rival, though the term is far too mundane for the amount of loathing these two women hold for each other. Demeter, darling, I know you're not thinking of this daughter as a potential marriage candidate. Aphrodite makes a show of looking at my body. No offense, Psyche, but you're hardly the proper type to become Hera. You just don't fit in. I'm sure you understand. Her smile goes sugary sweet and does nothing to dampen the poison of her words. If you'd like, I'm more than happy to send over the health plan I recommend to all marriage hopefuls while I work on their matches. Wow, she's not even trying to be subtle. Lovely. I don't have a chance to respond because my mother's grip tightens on my arm and she's turning a brilliant smile at the other woman. Aphrodite, darling, you've been around long enough to learn to take a hint. Zeus dismissed you. She leans forward and lowers her voice. I know rejection stings, but it's important to keep your chin up. Maybe you can work on another marriage for Ares instead. Lower hanging fruit and all that. Considering Ares has to be over 80 and is practically knocking on the doors to the underworld, it's no wonder Aphrodite practically shoots fire out of her eyes at my mother. Actually, what are we talking about? The question comes from a tall, dark-haired white woman as she steps between Aphrodite and Demeter with a confidence only a member of the Cassius family can pull off. Eris Cassius, daughter of the last Zeus, sister of the current one. She weaves a little on her feet as if she's had too much to drink, but the sharp intelligence in her dark eyes is undimmed by alcohol. An act, then. Both Aphrodite and my mother straighten, and I can see the exact moment they decide it's in their best interest to be polite. Aphrodite smiles. Eris, you look stunning tonight, as always. She's telling the truth. Eris wears her customary black, a long dress with a deep V in the front that dips nearly to her belly button, and a slit up one side that flashes leg with every step she takes. Her dark hair falls around her in waves that seem effortless, which is just an indication of how much time she put into them. Eris grins at her, a slice of crimson lips curving in a way that has the small hairs rising on the back of my neck.